Navy Yard, home to everything that's delicious. But also good times. And I actually work in the area. I've been working here about 10 years. So I feel safe in DC. I think there's not a place in the world where you don't have pockets of good, bad, ugly, and beautiful. So we can't just stand that it's only happening in DC and Navy Yard. I felt safe walking around, walking my dog, coming to and from working where I park. I think now there's been a hyper focus on young people doing things, and that may make some people who don't know what they don't know feel uncomfortable, but I also feel like there's another conversation there. I'm a kid that was arrested and in a lot of trouble by the time I was 14. I grew up in foster care, and in that system, you know what happens to kids who are kind of unnurtured and unloved. I think when you have people who are making decisions who are so far removed from what the average person has to do. Like when you're making the decision on what my health care should look like, but you're not the person who has to pay $400 a month as a single person and then pay a fee when you get to the doctor's office, and then sometimes another fee to get whatever the procedure is. If I came to you and I was like, hey girl, hey, you smiling, how would that be received? If I came to you and was like, what up though, what you doing? How would that be received? And that's what you're watching with the National Guard right now. The area in which you are in should not dictate your attitude and how you engage people. And if you're really here to make sure that we're all safe, then shouldn't we all be leading with love and giving grace?
It's definitely become a different neighborhood in the last 2 years, especially the last 6 months. Not only is there more violence, especially by juveniles, and that is something that affects me at night, there's also just so much police and military presence now. I think it's going to change this neighborhood in that people don't want to live here that have lived here and loved it. Like it kind of just feels like our neighborhood is becoming militarized, but there's no solution at hand. It's not doing anything to deter the teenagers. It's kind of like a scare tactic, but it's also scaring the locals, and it's not really helping. A part of me feels like the National Guard is here mostly during the day, and it feels more like a scare tactic about immigration than it does about the violence in the city. And because I work until midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and they're not there when I'm walking home, and that's when I feel the most unsafe. So it kind of makes me question, why are you in this neighborhood if it's not to scare people about raids and things like that in the middle of the day, if you're not here at night when the violence is happening? Right. That's when the robberies are. That's when like they were all out here during the game yesterday. I was like, you really need to show face in the middle of a baseball game that has so much security, but when I was coming home from work, there weren't any.
It doesn't bother me one way or another, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as long as I'm able to survive and take care of what I need to take care of from a day-to-day basis, it's the only thing that matters to me.
It just feels like it's not necessary. Yeah, it really feels not necessary and doesn't really line up with the needs that DC needs right now. I think DC, we need more housing. We definitely need to build more market rate housing, and we also need to build more low income housing so that people can have places to live.